Good day, Canada. Haber Upley here. You've heard the news, you've read the headlines, and now it's time to see the big picture. Today we're going to talk about a confession that took 11 seconds to deliver and 11 years to understand. Her name is Margarite. She taught grade school in Terrebonne, Quebec for 28 years. Every December she organized the school Christmas concert. She spent 3 weeks on it. She chose the songs. She built the stage props herself from cardboard and paint. Parents lined the gymnasium walls. Grandparents drove in from across the region. It was the thing that made a hard winter feel like it meant something. She retired in 2019. The Christmas concert was canceled in 2021. This past week, Margarite's daughter sent her a video on her phone. It was short. 11 seconds. A member of parliament named Melanie Joly is speaking at what appears to be a post-election gathering. She is calm, she is confident, and she says, without pause and without apology, changing the demographics in Terrebonne contributed to a Liberal win. Margarite watched it 3 times. Margarite had voted Bloc Québécois in every federal election of her adult life. Not out of anger, out of belief. She believed in Quebec culture. She believed in the slow and patient protection of a way of life her grandparents had handed to her, and she had handed to every child who sat in her classroom. She watched her riding flip by a single vote last year. She told herself it was close. She told herself it could be explained. Then she read the numbers. French-speaking migrants had been brought into the riding from Haiti and North Africa ahead of the election, in large enough numbers that a riding the bloc had held for over a decade flipped by one single vote. $64 million in pre-vote federal funding distributed in the region. 5 floor crossings that moved the government within 1 seat of a majority. Margarite is not a political scientist, but she understands addition. Here is what the national picture looks like. 48 members of parliament, 15% of the House of Commons, were not born in Canada. Schools in parts of this country now carry 35% of students who do not speak English. Hospitals push past their limits, not by a single emergency, but by a population that grew far faster than our capacity to care for it. And Canadians born here, raised here, who paid into this system their entire working lives, waiting in line for jobs that used to be waiting for them. In this great dominion of Canada, Margarite's grandparents understood a contract. You came here, you worked, you contributed, you became Canadian, and Canada became yours. Nobody promised it would be easy, but they promised it would be yours. What Margarite is watching now is not that contract being honored. It is being quietly, deliberately, and strategically dissolved, one riding at a time, one demographic shift at a time, one canceled Christmas concert at a time. Before we get to the big picture, a lot of what we talk about on this program is the ground we stand on. And with this, I'd like to introduce you to Valley Floors. They are a family-run business, professional flooring installation of the highest standards. When the foundation matters, trust the people who treat it that way. Visit Valley Floors at valleyfloorsync.ca, and if you'd like to have your business or personal mentions on one of our broadcasts, visit haveruplay.com and make sure you check out our special promotion for Yak Stack subscribers. Now, here's the big picture.
Additional block writing, it's a long-standing block writing. Is that an admission that it might be tough?
Well, it is tough. You know, last time the results were 1 vote difference. What else can I tell you, you know? And so we got involved very much, and it is very much more changing as Montreal and Quebec is changing. And so the second generation of first immigrants coming to Quebec, a very important community from Haiti, also from Northern Africa, and so I think that could be actually very favorable in general.
This is what those 11 seconds actually mean. It is not a gaffe. It is not a slip of the tongue spoken in the wrong room. It is a politician telling her own people, plainly and proudly, that they did not win the argument. They replaced the audience. They did not persuade Terrebonne. They repopulated it. For years, anyone who noticed was called a racist, a xenophobe, an Islamophobe. Traditions were canceled. Questions were silenced. And the operation continued. Margarite watched her Christmas concert disappear and told herself it was just change. She watched her riding flip by one vote and told herself it was just democracy. Lo and behold, she watched 11 seconds of video this week, and she finally understood they didn't change minds. They changed the electorate. And now they're on camera telling you it worked. Margarite has not cried. She is not that kind of woman. She folded her hands, set her phone down on the table, and looked out at the gray April sky. The Christmas concert is not coming back. She knows that now. But Margarite will be at the polls next time. So will her daughter. And this time, they'll know exactly what they're voting against. And now you see the big picture. If you like this episode, click that bell at the top right-hand corner of the screen to follow us for daily news, Monday to Friday. Haver Upley, signing out.